everyone, we hope everybody's doing well during this time. We just want to let you know that the video that you're about to see was done about a month ago. So we, as most YouTubers, have a backlog of footage. So we are doing our part in self-isolating, staying away from the crowds. We just wanted to put that out there up front.
Yeah, we hope you guys are all doing well. You're also isolating as much as possible, as much as your jobs will allow. And we hope you enjoyed the beginning of our video. We are trying to have a little bit of fun. We all know laughter is the best medicine, and laughter is going to help us all get through this trying time.
Absolutely.
So you guys remember to wash your hands, stay well, and check out this latest video. So we're pulled over on the side of the freeway here on 10 because it's pouring rain, or it was until we stopped, and we are losing our windshield wiper blades. So any clue why it's sliding out of the track?
I don't know why. It feels like there, I mean, it's supposed to be a little nub on the end to keep it in. There is some slack on the blade itself, or the wiper assembly, so I don't know, but we may have to just stop and get a new blade.
Yeah, and
we're going to be in rain all day, I think.
And we don't like pulling over the side of the road. It's always so dangerous.
No, especially those truckers. You see that one flew by? I was moved. You could feel it standing here getting pushed.
Well, hopefully that fixed it.
I don't know. If it didn't, then we're going to limp our way to the closest place to get a new blade.
All right, attempt number 3 with the windshield wiper blade. This time, Phil's using little ponytail holders to try and keep it from sliding out. So...
Don't call me MacGyver.
We're going to see if this one works. And we're also going to see how the heck we're getting on the back on the freeway, because we can't go straight. So we have to take a right and turn around somewhere, so that's going to be fun too.
Oh, we can't cut over.
No, because, oh well, always a good time in the rig.
Way to go, navigator. Actually, I pulled off on this one. She was still looking.
We made it to our first harvest host of the trip, and it's our very first golf course.
Yep, too bad I don't golf.
But they do have a restaurant, a bar, and they're open for breakfast at 7 a.m. So we're going to go check in, check it out, and figure out if we're going to come back in after dinner for maybe a drink.
Yeah, so check out where we're at. There's Ruby back there. The parking lot is just wide open.
Yeah.
So it's in a nice, swanky neighborhood.
It was a really nice drive in here.
It was. It really was.
We might have dreamed a little bit.
Yeah. And I will add to the windshield wiper issue that Stacy's little plastic hair ponytail things did the job. I put 2 of those little bitty ones on there, double wrapped them around the end of the windshield wiper, and it didn't move out again.
Yeah, so thankfully.
Yeah, so I will be looking for a place tomorrow to get a new windshield wiper. Last night we tried to get into the golf course and go to the restaurant and bar, but they were closed.
Apparently, whenever it gets dark early, sometimes they actually close early, because obviously you're not golfing out here in the dark.
Right, so we showed up in the dark, and they were closed.
Right after dark. So we got up this morning. They had breakfast starting at 7, because of course their tea times also start at 7. So we went in, had a delicious breakfast.
Really good.
Yep, and for the 2 of us, it was only 21 bucks. So it was quite good, very friendly, very welcoming. So I really enjoyed our stay here.
Yeah, last night the parking lot was really quiet, other than the downpour of rain around midnight. But just a little FYI, the parking lot is not level. It's kind of sloped and curved all in the same.
Yeah.
So we had to move after we parked to get somewhat level, and I did have to put wood under the tires, but we made it work.
Yeah, but it's so worth the stop.
Yeah.
Now, 2 miles down the road is the freeway, so we're just off the freeway, and there is a Cracker Barrel, so you could stop there overnight, but you are right on the freeway. It's going to be loud, noisy, and busy. This was peaceful and quiet.
It was. Well, and when we drove by the Cracker Barrel, it was packed, and there was probably 3 or 4 RVs already in the parking lot. So we lucked out. We were the only ones here.
And we did the same we would have done there. We went in and had breakfast this morning, which is what we would have done at Cracker Barrel. And I think we actually ate a little cheaper here.
We did. And I think it was a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
Just saying.
So if you haven't joined Harvest Host yet, click the link down below and check it out. In case you're wondering what Harvest Host is, it is overnight stays at businesses who welcome you. So it can be golf courses, farms, breweries, wineries, museums, all kind of things. So we love it.
Yeah, and we added the golf courses to our Harvest Host membership this year, as it broadened our Harvest Host stays now.
Yep, and this is the first golf course we've stayed at, and so far we love it.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
Luckily, on the way into the Harvest Host last night, it wasn't too dark for Phil to see this Advanced Auto Parts. They were right around the corner for us, and although the parking lot is not ideal for our RV, Phil kind of made it work.
They did have a 28-inch wiper blade. Our rig calls for 31-inch, so 28 will work until I can get the appropriate size later, but this is going to save us as more rain is in the future.
Phil's unhooking the car so we can back out of this driveway. We got here yesterday and we were moondocking with some friends and we had a great time. They fed us, they gave us treats. Oh man, I don't even know if I want to leave here because they have spoiled us so much. It was fantastic.
My belly is still full.
Homemade etouffee and spaghetti dinner and dessert, and oh, it was fabulous. But we are on the way to San Antonio for Phil's doctor's appointment, so unfortunately we cannot move in with them, even though I'm sure they would feed us very well. So today we're headed for a Harvest Host. It's a longer drive today. I think it's about 4 hours, would you say?
4.5-ish. We reached our second Harvest Host, the Crying Eagle Brewery here in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
And if you're wondering why I'm laughing, it's because we just had a whole big conversation to figure out where we were before we came here.
Yeah.
It seems we get a little confused on the road.
Yeah, our full-time RV problems.
I think it's because we had such a great experience at our last place, Pixie and Mike. We appreciate everything you guys did for us. They fed our bellies, let us plug into their 50 amp, and just were excellent hosts.
That's right, but they're not Harvest Hosts.
No.
No. All right, safety first. Checking off my underway checklist. Propane off. And it's about time to refill our propane. This time I'll pay better attention to the person filling it. His last time is when we got our too full or over full tank, and it didn't work too well when we needed it in the 30-degree weather. We didn't unhook the Jeep last night, so I'm gonna double check all the connections, make sure they're good. I have locking pins on my tow bar arms. I heard that people had their pins being taken off, and in some instances their cars were being stolen because it's already in neutral, so they would come out, unhook everything, push the car back, and then hook up and drive away, and the owner of the vehicle would never know it. So all my tow bars are locked in, everything is locked in under the hitch, everything. Scully's ready to go. He's assumed the position. He's actually already poised to wave. So if you see Scully, let us know. Gizzy's excited, can you tell?
I'm way more excited than he is. Ready?
All right, to the back.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away.
The hardest part of getting propane at these places is trying to get the rig up into the right spot so we can actually reach the hose. So we just finished filling up on the trucker side, and you can see behind me the propane is in between the trucker and the RV side. Luckily, the RV just left and we're going to be able to pull in here, but we have to pull in through the car side and actually pull into the RV fill-up side going the wrong way. So we're all filled up. This is our first propane fill since the 32 degrees, no heat fiasco.
Yeah, and fingers crossed this time. I watched him. He didn't overfill it or appear to overfill it. He was watching the gates the whole time, so I think we're good.
So if you haven't seen that video, I will put a link
Yeah.
either up here or down here. So make sure you look for that. We were really cold that night without heat.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, though, this Flying J, with our TSD card, we saved about $23 for our fill up, and it was right at 50 gallons, and it came out to $2.14 per gallon for diesel. Then we come over here to fill up the propane, and it's $3.49 for propane.
Which is crazy. Let me get my receipt here. So back to the TSD card real quick. If you haven't signed up for it and you don't know what it is, look for the link down below. I will put the blog post we created about it. We've saved a ton of money with it. So the blog will link you to how to sign up for your own card. So the total with tax, well, I guess there's no tax, but it was $79.78. Yikes.
For propane, we paid just at $100 for diesel.
Yeah, but we don't need it very often, and if we hadn't been so cold here lately, it would have lasted even longer. So
yeah.
But anyway, so there you go. Now we're off. We are in Texas now. We are headed just west of Houston, where we're going to hang out for a night at another Harvest Host, and we are meeting up with friends that you may remember from a few videos.
Yeah, so let's get going. I'm hungry and I'm cold.
Yeah. Look who's here! Yay!
Oh my God. Oh.
It's good to see you guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's been what?
It's been a couple months.
Yeah,
It has been, hasn't it?
Oh,
It
month and
has.
a half. Month and a half.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, we must say farewell.
That's right. One night, one and done.
Yeah, so we had the best time meeting up with our friends Scott and Christina at this Harvest Host, which the owner was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet little plot of land he's got here in Texas. It's called the Whistling Duck Winery. So if you're cutting through Texas on I-10, give them a look. Not too far off I-10, so it met the threshold for not driving too far. Is that him cutting?
Yeah, they're cutting the
Yeah,
grass. They're cutting the grass behind us.
That's the owner back there working in the vineyard himself. So very nice. We sat by the fire last night with a couple other Harvest Host members.
Yep.
And it was nice.
And he actually opened the winery up for us. It's typically closed on Thursdays, but there were 5 Harvest Hosts here. So he opened it up for us, and he is a phenomenal guy, and it really was a good time. Now we're headed to San Antonio for 30 days of full hookups.
I don't have to party to have fun, you see. I got different hobbies, and that's all I need. Some say life is boring, but I disagree. I wake up and live my dream. Someday soon I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh, everyone who didn't believe it, they don't know a thing. I'm gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die.
We just had a little situation, and we didn't record it as we went along because we were a little stressed.
Yeah, first time in a year. This is a year, almost to the day, that we've had the Jeep, and we've had no issues. And today we pulled in, went to unhook the Jeep, dead. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't even put the parking brake on.
But it didn't feel like it was dead. It just felt like we couldn't get it out of the tow mode.
Yeah, well, everything's electronic, so it was in neutral, and it just wanted to move because we couldn't put the parking brake on. So I have no idea what caused it. other than we had to have left something on. I mean, for a year, we've done the exact same thing. We've had it hooked up overnight where we didn't disconnect, and we got up the next morning, drove, disconnected the vehicle, everything worked fine. Today, it decided it didn't want to do that.
Yeah. We were pretty nervous. We thought we were going to have it towed. But,
Yeah.
oh, thank goodness it was the battery.
So what tuned me into possibly it being the dead battery, because everything else was working. Lights were on, the battery or the radio was working. When I shut it, I hit the lock button, and it was a very dull beep, and I went, that's normally loud. So I said, well, maybe it's the battery. And we both read something in the forums that it could be a battery issue.
Yeah.
So luckily the park here had a battery charger, so I let it charge for about a half hour or so.
Yeah, not very long.
And then I came back out, I hit the clicker again, and it got a loud beep. So then I said, okay, I've got some juice back. Started it up, got it out of the tow mode so I can drive it. And now I'm just going to let it run for a bit and charge up.
Yeah. Now, mind you, we discovered this as we were trying to unhook it from the rig as we were blocking the entrance to the RV park. I had to practically shove my feet through the floorboard to keep the car from running over Phil while he's unhooking it from the rig. And then, of course, we had to push it to park it into a parking place so we didn't block the road. And I'm laying on the steering wheel because there was no power steering.
Yeah, muscles got to work out today. But, man, I tell you, and all we had was visions of Mexican food and margaritas.
That's all I wanted tonight. We're back in Texas.
So now I think we can go get that.
I need good Mexican. I'm scared to turn off the car.
Well, now we know
Why don't we go to AutoZone first?
We can go get the battery, make sure the battery's good.
Yeah, I think we go straight to the AutoZone, have the battery checked, make sure it's like a good battery, not a bad battery, and doesn't need to be changed out.
I didn't think that this had to have it needed to be run after so many hours of being disengaged or whatnot. So I've got to do some more digging.
Yeah.
So anybody with a Jeep Trailhawk, Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, that flat tows, if you have experienced this battery issue after towing, what was your fix? Come to find out, the battery was bad and we needed a new one, so we swapped it out, put the new one in. Voila, she got her margaritas.
Yeah, so that has been taken care of, thankfully. So it's pretty crazy how this video had two issues in it, the battery as well as the crazy windshield wiper incident. It was pretty nuts. Still
don't know why that wiper blade on the driver's side just wanted to come out of the groove. And every time I put it back in, I tugged on it, and it felt like it was locked in. And as soon as we went down the road and the rain hit, off it started to come. Yeah, so, but everything turned out just fine, thankfully. All right, make sure you guys stay well. Thanks for watching. Hunker down, and hopefully COVID-19 will be in our rearview mirror soon. But until then, we'll be thinking of you guys and praying everyone stays well. Absolutely. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And we will see you eventually on the road.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.